Hello. Good to see you again. I haven't recorded in a little while. I just moved to the East Coast and doing this actually without Wi-Fi at the moment. So I think we'll start with changing some of the routes around and maybe doing some styling. I think we'll create like a manage route that will be like the login portion of the app for the person managing the community groups. Um, and then we'll do like a list of all the community groups on there. So I think that's going to be our next, um, that's what we're going to do today. Okay, let me just minimize this here. And yeah, I'm also working with one monitor, so not exactly the best setup, but it works. So, okay, so currently the index route, which is what opens up right away when you open the application. So we have index is basically implied right here. So sign in, sign up, and then index, but you don't write it in, it's just there. And so if we go to index, we are displaying church.name. I think we can probably get rid of that and just say welcome for now. This will probably be like a marketing or why you should sign up, etc. So let's do that, and then let's remove some of the stuff from here. We don't need to load anything in the index, so we'll just remove these. And I don't think we need, yeah, so it's going to be an empty. Just clean this up here, and the controller, yeah, we'll do the same thing here. Remove that. That's good. Okay, so let me just open this up here. Okay, so there we go. So there's a sidebar and it says welcome. So we actually don't want a sidebar on the welcome page, on this page here. I don't think, at least for now. So I think we have a full layout. So let's change it to full layout. Yeah, let's see what that looks like. There we go. Excellent. And then we have sign up. We should probably show sign in here as well. Let's do that. That was in the application, so that's for everything. We'll just show them both for now, and then we can put in logic later for when we are signed up or signed in. I don't have docs for, oh, actually, hold on. So I don't have Wi-Fi, so let's see. Let me duplicate this. Since we're using ember-cli tailwind, I can do that, yes. And so pretty much the docs are in here in a way. Flex, I think I'm using Flex, maybe not. I guess it doesn't show everything. I think it just shows the predefined colors and font weights, heights. Wonder if I can do, I just kind of want to find the CSS and then see if it's probably documented here. Okay, so flex, okay, so we have different items end and then items flex end. So we have a few things, self end, okay, so we can do, I think we can apply this to a div to make on the end of something. Let's see. Or we can just do, is there a grow, flex, items, flex grow, let's do that. see if that helps. Yes, so that we have them both on each side. Let me just close that. Let's see, link. I don't have anything else there. Excuse me. Yeah, not feeling the best either. Just traveling for about a week with the family and stopping in different places. I think we stayed in 4 different states and slept in 5 different beds. So, yeah. Okay, so I mean, there's no special link stuff. I guess I can do some padding. You can do class equals py 1. Let's try that. So that would be actually px in the vertical. So we want padding on the vertical. I mean on the horizontal. Sorry. On both these buttons. There we go. That looks much better. So yeah, let's just get some basic styling there, and then we go sign in. We put in our stuff. Sign in, and it goes back to welcome. So let's change it. Let's create a route for the manage portion. Let me open a new terminal here and do ember-g-route. I'm going to use pod. We're using pods here, so I'll continue doing that. I'll call it manage. I think that's a good name. Okay, so that's a new route. So let's, okay, there we go. And then after sign in, I think we want to transition to manage. There we go. We can handle that later. So that's the important at the moment. Let's try that again. Sign in. Manage. Okay, so we don't have any layouts on that page. Yeah, so we're not using. So we can see the nav bar. That's for all pages, but we might want to do a default. I don't know if we can do that very easily. So let's. I'm going to do the same kind of layout for now. I'll do the same as index and just do a full. We can start simple. We can always expand on this later on. And we'll put an outline here. Let's see. There we go. Okay, so that's our manage page. Let's do h2 and call this manage. Oops. There we go. We'll have to tweak those headers, I think. Since h1 should be in the nav bar, that's the name of the site, and then h2 will be like a top level here. That's actually, I'm not going to go into that right now. So we sign in, we have our church, so this would be for our church, everything, in this whole context is. And so now here we would list all of our groups. And yeah, let's do that. I think we have a church model, and that has, okay, that doesn't have anything at the moment, so, okay, I think we had a user model, and that had church. Okay, so yeah, user has a church, and then yeah, we're gonna have to figure out different user types. So this is eventually gonna change, but I think everybody, except for, oh, everybody's gonna have a church. Not everybody's gonna have a group though. Just because if you're the one managing this, well, no, technically you should have a group. So everybody's gonna have a group. Yeah, everybody should be in the group. So even the person managing it should be able to switch to a mode where they are in their own group so they can participate in that group. Or if they're a group leader, they could switch to a mode where they can um, edit that group, pretty much, like manage that group specifically as a group leader. So there's going to be different modes, I guess you could say. Um, so manage mode, um, or church manage mode, group manage mode, and group user mode. You could say I can backchat on that and the naming later. Okay, so we have that. So user has a church and the church has groups. Let's do that. Um, so belongs to data. I'm using. I think it has many, and let's. Group, and we'll do groups, and we can import group model. Excellent. So a church has many groups. That's perfect. I think that makes lots of sense. And a group has a name. Let's add a name to group. I think church has a name. Let's just copy this. So we won't, because we're going to be showing it in the UI, so we probably want to show that name so we can confirm. And excellent. Okay, so the person who creates groups would be the person who manages the church. Nobody else should be able to create groups. And that person also assigns who the leaders are of those groups. So let's create a, let's create a way to create new groups. We can undo this change here. Router. Oh wait, we did make changes there. Hold on. This, that route, and manage. Okay. I just had, I think I was showing earlier about the index route, so I made some white space changes. Okay, excellent. Close that. And okay, so a church has groups now, so let's open up Mirage. And okay, so we can, at this point, I think we're not doing anything with groups yet. So do we have a group model? No, we don't have any group models. So I think that's there we go. So we have a group model, and we probably want to add user church has many groups. I don't know if that's right. I don't have any connection at the moment, so can't really check that. So we're gonna have to just debug things as they come along. So groups, the group. We don't really have to define anything on the group, I think. I think default attributes are fine. Factories, we have church. We don't want a factory at the moment. Let's let's set up a creation, so it's fine. So post, so we want to do a post, let's do oops. I really love how quiet this community center is. So nice. I think eventually it'll get a little louder. Not today though. Okay. So let's just I'm gonna copy this whole thing. Okay, so request body, so we get the body. Groups, create body data attributes, looks good. We don't need to create a church on the user, that's fine. That looks excellent, I think. This should be called group. Should probably be using VS Code's refactor, but I haven't gotten the hang of key hotkeys for that yet. Okay. Let's see. That looks good to me. Let's list all the groups. So we can create and then we can list. And then we'll move this up here just because. Excellent. Okay. I think that looks good to me. That's fine. Let's show all the groups in the manage route. Actually, let's query for the groups first. So how do we do this? Let's see. I'm gonna have to look back in the history for the sign in. What do we do stuff here? Nope. Sign up. Nope. So I don't remember how to do decorator. I don't know if it should be different. I think it's the same. Okay, let me just model return store find all group. Oh, we have a no. We have to have a church. So we'd actually have to get our service. Sorry, it's been a little while. So we want to inject our service. So we're not going to use store. We're just going to use the session service there. So let's do that. Excuse me. What's the name of this app? Let's see. CG, good. Kept it simple. There we go. Session service. Excellent. And we can so there's a user on, and then the user has a church, and the church has groups. Okay, so we would want to load both of those things. So let's see. Go back here. So we get the service. on our route, and then let's make this async. I know you're not supposed to do this, but it's gonna make it easier for us. And the reason you're not supposed to do it is I think there's some little issues in certain versions of Ember. Just because at the moment, Ember uses RSVP, which is a promise library, and it doesn't use the browser's native promises because it shims microtasks. But in the past year or something, maybe, microtasks have been shipped to most browsers. So I think that's actually either in an alpha release or maybe in this release, but I don't know. But there are like some testing issues sometimes if you use async and await. But we are going to ignore those for now. We can always come back and fix that. So user, and then get church. Let's do church. And we'll do the same thing. Groups. Church. Get groups. And we'll actually we'll just return the groups for now. And we're not doing a wait on the groups because model handles promises, so this is a promise. So it'll handle that and resolve that before it loads in the template. And then we do setup controller. I like to do this pattern because I don't like to name things model in my templates. So I do setup controller and then do controller and groups. And then I do controller dot. So I actually want to do, we are in, so super dot setup controller arguments link. We will see why that's complaining, but I guess, I think that issue was before, so controller and groups. There we go. And then here we do setup or set properties, and we just pass groups. And that way in the template, we'll have it called groups instead of model. I have to import controller, and this would be, I'm not really sure what this is going to be. A record array or something. Let's import controller.
You want to sit over here? Is it okay if we watch the TV in here? Is that
Yeah, go ahead.
Too much trouble?
No problem.
We can sit on the other side if you
No,
want.
don't worry about it.
So we can do. We'll figure this out.
Okay, so here, let me. So we have that, and then we're going to get controller. Oh, we don't have controller. So I'm just going to go this way. Let's see. Let's make sure the visibility is alright here. I think I'm looking a little too brightly. Okay. I'm not really sure. I think this might be record array. Data. Okay. Record array of groups. Let's see. CG models / group. Okay, and then just pass this here. That sounds right. Okay, and then we have to just define the same thing on the controller. So group model and record array. And we don't need session at the moment. We might end up doing that later on, but so groups, and then we have to just say that it's defined somewhere else, not here, and then record array and group model. I don't. That sounds right, but no export member. Why didn't it? Oh, it did pick it up here. Wait, no, it's yeah. Huh. Oh, I don't have service. That's why I didn't see an issue here. Hold on. So I did say that it might get louder in here. So I'm actually kind of testing out this place for doing some remote work on some days when it's a little too loud in the house or whatnot. Let me import service here. I might have to close these doors sometimes. I hope you guys don't mind too much that it's. Oh wait, no, we're Ember decorators. So there we go. That works. Remember what Ember data has for types? Oh, I don't know. Let's hold on. Ember data. I don't know if they have types yet. I don't know if it would be in here. Yeah, I don't see any types. I mean, there's not even any types for. Well, I guess there's types for Ember. Does Ember have? No, it's. Had types. Oh, there we go. Ember data. Ember array. Record array. Oh, okay. So I forget that Ember data just doesn't have exports yet. So we just call this DS. I forgot about that. And then do DS, and then I can just expand it here. What does it say? Price value is never read. What? Can I find? Did I misspell it? I'm using it right there. Record array. Yeah, I mean it's typed the same way. Okay, that's weird. Maybe I need to just do no. Okay. Okay. I mean that works. So let's do the same thing here. Okay, that works. Okay, so let me put our types down. Okay, so we have groups, and now we can show them in here. Let's just iterate through them and see what they look like. Oops. And then we just want to display the name. Okay. We can just put that in a list. Well, and okay. I think we can we'll just leave it styled like that for now. So manage, okay, that doesn't work because we don't have authentication fully fleshed out yet. So sign in. Nothing gonna. Oh, let's go then. That we get of undefined. Okay, we don't have a user. How do we have a user? How do we sign in? What does that do? Oh, we're not setting a user. Ah, did we never, oh, I think, oh, sign up is where we did it, I think. We got a user, but with sign in we never did. Okay, let's just test it through sign. Let's go manage here as well. Okay, so sign in, that was good. So we'll have a user if we do sign up. Okay, we'll have to come back to that later. Excellent. Okay, and then it found the church. It didn't look for the groups though. Interesting. I wonder if, oh, we don't have any. Well, I mean, it should still have the request groups. That's a good question. No, I mean, I don't think so. Interesting. So I mean, it went here. I guess it didn't fail. Hold on. Let's, so we have, let's go back here. We'll do sign up. Put something in. Create account. We get, I guess we don't have, maybe Mirage is just smart enough to know that there's nothing there. I don't know what that is. Okay, so let's do another route. So now that we're in manage, we actually let's populate. Let's add a, hold on. Let's create a. Okay, so when a user signs up, a person who's managing the church, let's create a sample group for them. They can just go in and rename it. I think that way there's some information there, and it's not blank. And we can kind of do like a little tutorial, kind of like thing that guides them through it maybe in the future, and says, okay, this is a group. You click on the group, and here you can edit it. So click edit and put in the name of this group. I think we'll go that route for now. So let's in Mirage. Let me just minimize all this and go Mirage factories. Actually, here where we create the church, let's also create groups. I don't know if that's. Hold on. I don't know how to do that actually. So user dot create. Maybe create group will work. I don't know. So hold on. We want to say this as church, and I think that might be church. Maybe I don't know. And we can move this down, I think, and then do church dot create group, and then sample group. Let's see if that works. So this needs to go back to. Okay, so sign up, test. Okay, so something didn't work. Okay, so we're looking. It's looking for a single group. Okay, so interesting. I think that makes sense. I think it would have. It's not like a batch. It's not gonna find all the group. There's not like a batch API in Ember data, I think. So if there are multiple groups on a church, it's gonna find each one by ID. Okay, so that makes sense. Let's add that to Mirage. So groups. Slash ID. And how do we do that? Find, okay. Oops, it's backwards. Okay, let's see if that works. Excellent, so we have blank one, yeah. So we have, there we go, sample group, excellent. Yeah, I mean, that looks great. So, let's see how far along are we today. Okay, I think we'll stop here. Next time, we can probably work on creating groups from the UI here. So adding another route and moving all this to an index route. Yeah, so an index route will show all the groups that you have now. So right when you log in as a church manager, you'll see all the groups, and then you select a group. You'd go to like a manage groups route, and then if you let me just minimize this. Yeah, so this is going to be on manage index. That's going to be the main thing, and then we'll have like manage slash groups slash group ID, and that would be like view the group, and then from there you can edit or do what you need to do. Okay, well, thank you for sticking it out. Sorry for the extra noise towards the end here. No, take care.